Hey guys, good morning. I hope you are all doing well. Today I wanted to try something a little bit different, but hopefully you will all find it helpful. The question I get all the time is, how did you find your art style? And to be honest, I don't think it's something you can just find and then you're done. It's something that will continue to change and evolve the same way you're always growing and changing as a person. That being said, I don't think that just saying don't worry about it, it'll come with time, just keep creating is the best answer I can give you. So today I wanted to share a few tips that might help push you in the right direction. I think the first one is both the easiest and the most difficult. Build confidence and be yourself. I think finding yourself and where you want to go can be one of the hardest things in the beginning. And what is an art style? In a lot of ways, it's your identity when it comes to art, because it's the way you choose to portray your subject matter. I want you to feel good and confident in those choices, because those choices are what make up your art style. It can be quite difficult to get past the idea that you need to make artwork that people will like over what you like. If this is a problem for you, now might be a great time to work on your confidence. It can help you be more willing to try new things that you might not have considered before. Some ways to do this include not comparing yourself to others, whether it's your artwork or your appearance. A lot of times comparing yourself to others won't do anything but make you feel worse. Another way is just to take care of yourself. Self-care should always be a priority. If you feel good, it's only natural that you'll feel more confident in yourself. If you're like me and you never shop for yourself, taking some time to update your wardrobe can make a big difference. Personally, I'm not a big fan of shopping. I'm more than happy to just spend my time working and painting. So it's not super surprising that most of my clothes are either hand-me-downs or the same clothes I wore back in high school. For reference, I graduated in 2011. So one of my goals at the beginning of the year was to fix this. I wanted to feel comfortable in my clothes again, like myself. So this is what I'm working on currently. Since a few of my siblings are getting married soon, I decided to start with formal wear and finally get rid of the black dress I've been wearing to all formal events since 2010 and find something I really like. After finding something that actually makes me feel cool, the next step was jewelry, which I am extremely picky about. Luckily, I was able to find Luisa, who is actually kind enough to sponsor this video. So thank you so much to them. They also sent me a few pieces of their jewelry that I will probably be wearing to all formal events and dates for the foreseeable future. If it wasn't obvious, Luisa is a jewelry company. They put a lot of focus into quality and transparent pricing. So they sent me 3 pieces of lovely jewelry. It came in this box, which is really nice because I actually don't have a jewelry box, so I'll be able to keep everything inside this. They sent me 2 pairs of earrings and a necklace. I actually haven't taken the necklace off since it arrived on the 19th. I love it so much. This one is called Sunny, probably because of the little sun that's on it. I actually picked it because it kind of reminded me of a pirate's coin, but it's super dainty and pretty, and the chain is pretty short, so it doesn't get in the way at all while I'm painting. The earrings are actually the first thing that caught my eye on the website. I got both the Kinoko marble in gold and the Kinoko marble in blue. Wearing the blue ones right now. They're both really pretty and arty. The studs are made out of hypoallergenic stainless steel, and each pair is hand painted. So every pair of earrings will actually be completely unique. They're also surprisingly light, but besides having an awesome selection of jewelry, even for somebody as picky as me, one of the things that made me really excited to work with Luisa is the fact that they use 100% recycled gold for their jewelry and work exclusively with jewelers for in-house plating instead of outsourcing. That way they get to avoid any questionable working conditions. It takes 20 tons of earth mining to make one single gold ring, so it's really important to find jewelry that is ethically and sustainably made. So if you would like to pick something up for yourself, I will have a link in the description to Luisa along with a coupon code that will give you guys 10% off. That code is RAINY 10, but I will have it on screen, and I'll also have it typed out in the description so you can just copy and paste it and don't have to worry about it.
Oh, come lay down, gravity here, visibility when you get near. Oh, come lay down, gravity here, visibility when you get near. Oh, come lay down, gravity here, visibility when you get near.
Lastly, in building confidence, it's important to be kind to yourself, especially when you make mistakes. Being hard on yourself won't help you do better. When in doubt, surround yourself with positive, supportive people who want to see you succeed. Building up your confidence might not seem very important to artwork, but I promise it's all connected and it can make such a difference. The next thing I want to talk about is kind of introspection. Introspection is the examination of one's own conscious thoughts and feelings. I feel a little weird talking about psychology in a video about art, but since so much of creating has to do with how we see ourselves and the world, I think it's pretty relevant. For this part, you'll have to be pretty honest with yourself. Just like with improving your art skills, practice is very helpful, but mindfully studying and working on your weaknesses will help you improve so much quicker. I think this same mindset can also be applied to finding your style. So when you look at your work, how does it make you feel? What do you like about it? The more specific you can be, the better. Now, what is it lacking? When looking at multiple pieces, what are the similarities? I really recommend taking a long and honest look at your work. If you can figure out what you're unhappy with, you can start working towards fixing it. If you're like me, you might feel like your art is kind of all over the place, like maybe you don't have a style at all. Personally, I had a really hard time finding myself in my work, definitely in the beginning. I had no idea where I wanted to go with my art, and I hadn't even spent enough time creating to really know what I liked, which leads to the next part. Let's take a look at some work from the artists you love. I want you to look at it just like you did with your own, but don't compare your work to their work. That's not the point of this. What exactly is it that you like about their work? And try to be really specific. Now, what do they do differently? From eye shapes to the use of color, there's a million things that makes up someone's style. So try applying a few of these things from different artists and see what you think. Next, I want you to adjust those things and find a way to make them your own. It's very important that you're not just copying another artist's style completely. That won't do you any good. Instead, use this as an exercise to figure out exactly how you like to work.
Oh, come lay down, gravity here, visibility when you get near. Oh, come lay down, gravity here, visibility when you get near. Oh, come lay down, gravity.
Sometimes just changing your tools can make a really big difference, like trying a flat brush instead of a round one, or trying out textured brushes for your digital illustrations. You might be surprised where you find the missing piece to your style. So it's a good idea to never stop experimenting. Try as many things out as you can, from realistic to abstract, and ask yourself, what did you enjoy? I don't mean what had a great outcome. Forget about how the art came out. Which method did you really enjoy doing? And then spend your time there. You might have no idea what you're doing at first, but if you like doing it, all the hours of practice and learning will be so much easier. The last thing I want to touch on is consistency. When I asked you guys for questions regarding art styles, most of you wanted to know how to keep your art style consistent. Personally, I don't really worry about this too much. I don't think it's necessary to have a super consistent art style, and I think mostly this comes from having a larger volume of work. And even if all of your work looks different, there might be a lot of common threads that you're just overlooking. But if you really want to push yourself to have a more uniform body of work, you can always try out some constraints. Color is such a huge part of how we see art, so you can try out a limited palette and stick to it for a while. If you look at my early watercolor paintings, I pretty much only used red, blue, and purple. Inktober is also great for this. Limit yourself to use the same supplies for the entire month. Giving yourself a theme can also be a big help. Any kind of series of paintings or whatever you make can really help with getting a collection of work that all looks like it belongs together.
When you get near, you come right down. Gravity near, something body. When you get near, you come right down. Gravity near, there's something body. When you get near.
So I really hope that you guys found this helpful. I did a massive amount of research and I tried really hard to cover all of your questions. But if I happen to miss something and you would like to leave some information or tips in the comments, that is completely welcome. Also, let me know if you have any questions and I will do my best to answer them. And don't forget about that coupon code down in the description for the 10% off of Ana Luisa's jewelry. It definitely is extremely gorgeous. I will see you guys soon for the next video. Bye.